The story of Western Star is not a story about us. It's a story about dreamers and about visionaries. It's a story about a small town in Western Canada and the people there who brought it to life. Because if your truck is going to be tough, it has to be built somewhere tougher. It's a story about impossible jobs, impossible conditions, and impossible challenges, and making them all possible. It's a story not always about firsts, but always about bests. About can-doers and craftsmen. About late nights, early mornings, second shifts, and thirds. It's a story about the open road, the golden road, and no road at all. A story of booms and busts, of big collars and big hair, of big moves and even bigger moves. It's the story of family, of being part of something bigger than yourself. The story of Western Star is the story of asphalt, mud, sawdust, oil, rock, concrete, and people made of much tougher stuff. It's the stories of the long haulers and the line workers, of the badasses, the one-of-a-kinds, and the legends, of the yesterdays, todays, and tomorrows, and the truck that's helped them get the job done for half a century. Through 50 years of legendary awesomeness, and the beginning of 50 more.
Hey everyone, it's Andy Johnson, brand manager for Western Star Trucks, back again, and we are done. I know it's taken a while, but all good things do, and I think the results are awesome. Behind me here is the Bandit truck that you guys chose. It started out as a white 5700 XE raised roof on highway truck that we did through a number of different selections that you guys chose. It's got a DD16 engine. Prairie buckskin interior is absolutely gorgeous, but really what tops it off is this Smokey and the Bandit homage paint job that you guys chose. Absolutely gorgeous. If it's from just the gold around the headlights, the grille, the custom fenders that we put on the back of it, the gold pinstriping on that jet black paint coat, which you can get from the factory, is absolutely gorgeous. So take a few minutes, view it in all its glory, and thanks again for helping us make this happen. It's awesome. Truck will be making various appearances around the nation, probably a lot on social media, truck shows and whatnot, and even through next year in 2017. So once again, thanks you guys. It was a great project, had a good time, good job. See ya.
When I hear the term serious trucks, in my mind it relates to severe off-road situations, whether it's pulling through mud, just a very strong, sturdy, tough truck. Name of my company is Anthony P. Belmar, Inc. Most of our ancestry has been either involved in logging or mining, and ours was logging. This is my third Western Star. Through the research I've done, they were a very durable truck, and I know that they lean towards your owner-operators, and they try to build their truck around that. That impressed me a lot, and I know their quality was always strong, which I've been very satisfied with. Well, the features that I like about a Western Star may differ from others, but naturally I like looks and I like comfort. I am totally comfortable in the cab, but the big thing in our industry is that they need to be extremely durable and dependable and well put together and strong. And otherwise we don't work. When it comes to power, I have a Detroit diesel, 600 horse with the high torque. We pull some tremendous hills. Our gross weight is 164,000 pounds, so we need power coming out of the woods. The dealers around here understand that being in the UP, that we just don't go next door and pick something up. So most of the parts are readily available. It's been very rare that I can't get something overnighted. I'm proud to own a Western Star because I think that they have worked to satisfy their customers in a wide variety of areas and give us a good product. And especially for being off-road, my choice was Western Star. Western Star, serious trucks, serious support. Western Star, serious trucks. Well, my picture ain't gonna be in on that one.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Western Star Garage. Today we're going to look at the 4700. Now you guys all know that Western Star is known for building rugged and tough trucks, and the 4700 is no different. After all, it was the truck that changed everything. Since 1967, Western Star has built some of the toughest, most rugged, dependable trucks for the harshest environments. And the 4700 is no different. It does all of that along with the option availability that you desire. After decades of building trucks for some of the most extreme applications, Western Star wanted to build a product that was more for the mainstream at an affordable price. The Western Star 4700 is what we call a crafted design. It's a perfect blend of great styling and ruggedness. Now what we did during the development process is we brought in representatives from some of the leading bodybuilder manufacturing companies. We wanted to hear what their challenges were in both installing the body on the truck and what their customers were up against. They came in, they spoke to us, we listened, we engineered it, and we launched the 4700. The 4700 was initially designed as a vocational truck for construction and municipal applications such as plows, dumps, roll-offs, and mixers like you see pictured here. But it quickly caught the eye of some of the bulk haulers and LTL fleets as a perfect tractor for their needs. Today, as a truck or tractor, set back or set forward, we offer a 4700 that really meets your needs. This is a truck that sets a new standard in the way business is done today by providing reliable, lightweight, durable options at an affordable price. This is the truck that changes everything. So buckle up and get your tough back. That concludes this portion of the video. Please proceed to the next section for even more information on the Western Star 4700.
Introducing the Detroit DT12 transmission. It's an ideal choice for pairing with a Detroit engine and axles. For starters, communication between engine and transmission using a single centralized controller optimizes operations. A Detroit pneumatic shift actuator controls gear changes for rapid shifting and a smoother ride. In top gear, direct drive provides more efficient power and improved fuel economy. Creep mode modulates the clutch for low-speed maneuverability, which is especially helpful at a loading dock. The clutch actuator ensures smooth and consistent engagement and disengagement, extending clutch life. And the single countershaft and lightweight aluminum housing reduce weight up to 300 pounds, increasing fuel economy. And when the truck is coasting, The DT12 saves additional fuel with eCoast, which automatically disengages the transmission. The DT12 is also equipped with intelligent powertrain management. Using preloaded terrain maps, IPM anticipates terrain, adjusts cruise control, pre-selects gears, slows the engine, and utilizes eCoast to improve efficiency into the road ahead. With all of these features in action, the DT12 delivers unparalleled performance. When you demand it all in a transmission, demand Detroit.
So Chavis Enterprises was tough all along, and we just got tougher with buying more Western Stars. My father was a home builder, and from little kid up, I've always worked for my dad. I graduated my senior year at high school. I got my first truck, got my first skid loader, and then started working up from there. We do excavating, demolition, hauling, and septic systems. I've got 24 Western Star trucks. I think they're a very well-built truck, tough-looking truck. I just think they're all around put together well. The cab is a double wall steel cab. You feel comfortable going down the road knowing you have some meat around you. The steps that they have, they're about a 5-6 inch wide step that go the whole length of the fuel tank. Good grab handles for getting in and out of the trucks. My drivers, they like the size of the cab, and they also like the way the controls are and how the dash is laid out. The way that the interior is put together, you know, you don't get all the rattling and noise, and when you're driving down the road, you know, you're not hearing a bunch of engine noise and road noise. The 4700 truck is very good in the construction industry. You know, there's a limit of disturbances on the jobs where they only allow you a certain amount of room as it is. It makes it nice for getting around those jobs. Both models that we own are cool looking. 4700 and the 4900, especially, you know, it's got my name on it, you know, and the whole deal, you know. I know a lot of the oil field trucks are Western Star, logging trucks. It needs to be a serious truck, and to me, here in Western Star, that's what I think about. If those trucks can withstand that application, then I shouldn't have any issue doing what we're doing. Western Star, get your tough back.
Whether you need a truck or tractor in a setback or a set forward configuration with a single or tandem rear axle set in a 6x2 or a 6x4 or even a 4x4 frame setup, the 4700 has all those options available in one model. Not many competitors can tell you that. Let's review why the 4700 is badass. So let's start with the front of the truck. While some people are going to see the beauty, others are going to consider it the beast. The truth is that the 4700 is both. It's kind of the beauty and the beast of the trucking world. You could probably say that the 4700 is the best looking vocational truck on the market today. Its rugged good looks make it hard to miss at any work site and easy to spot on the road. The truck looks great. Think of it as a perfect combination between a muscle car, a bulldozer, and a tank. Its quality construction make it rugged enough for the toughest jobs, while its beauty turns heads. The 4700 stands with its bigger brothers, the Western Star 4800, 4900, and 6900 Extreme Duty models, sharing the same rugged galvanized steel cab. This cab will hold up for decades of abuse. We build tough trucks. We don't just send a truck out in the field and wait for the customers to tell us how they perform. Every Western Star goes through a rigorous test cycle to ensure reliability and durability. We need to ensure that every customer receives the most durable truck in the industry. It's our reputation. And for that reason, we take them well beyond the limits, just to be sure. We know our trucks are going to be abused in the field. That's why the 4700 was put through a simulated 10-year stress and durability test to ensure its structural durability. It was shaked, baked, and pounded, and then the engineers brought it back and analyzed the structural durability of the truck to ensure its reliability. The 4700 passed with flying colors. After millions of miles of testing, all that was found was a very small stress crack on the side of the hood. Not many competitors can tell you that. Truck drivers and fleets look for a durable truck that makes good economic sense. But nobody wants to drive an ugly truck. If you think about it, every truck, the looks of it, kind of starts with the front of the truck. So let's take a look at the front of the 4700. There's no doubt this is a Western Star when it's coming down the road. First of all, you notice that we've got our vertical grille bars. We've got our Western Star logo proudly displayed on the hand pole. The grille is a composite chrome grille. Behind the grille, we always feature a bug and rock guard keeping the radiator safe. And all grills on a 4700 are radiator mounted. So that means you can open the hood and the grill stays put on the radiator. If there's any equipment mounted up front, you don't have to worry about the grill hitting that equipment. All 4700s feature an opening down here for an optional front engine PTO. And then another option we can select is a winter front. And for that, we provide hand snaps. You don't want to get in the way of the 4700. After all, it's armed with a tough bumper that provides great chassis protection and optimum ground clearance. We offer a few bumper choices in steel or aluminum. So whether you select a 16.5-inch polished aluminum bumper or a steel bumper that can either be chrome plated or painted in 14-inch, 16-inch, or 18-inch sizes, we've got a bumper for you. The 4700 is going to be operating in some pretty harsh environments. It's the nature of the beast. But don't worry, we've got you covered should you get stuck. We offer a couple toe pin options. The first I want to talk about is this one that has a pin that holds it into place. And the second one is this one that slips in and locks in with a simple turn. Both of these are rated at 80,000 pounds pulling force and are strongly mounted to the chassis through the front frame structure. Now we also offer a center toe pin, which is mounted in the center of the bumper, that offers optimum angle pulling should the tow vehicle not be able to get positioned directly in front of you. Since vocational applications such as plows and cranes were part of the initial design concept of the 4700, we designed it with front frame extensions right from the start. We optimized on two front frame extension lengths, 12 and 24 inches. Now here's the important part. For a front frame extension on the 4700 is part of the parent frame rail. What we do is we splay the frame to go around the radiator and extend out the 12 or 24 inches. This allows the radiator to sit down between the frame rails and provide really good frontal visibility with a low front of the hood. By the way, our frame rails are custom pierced, so you don't have a bunch of extra holes like other manufacturers. When you think about what makes a great vocational truck, rugged and reliable, those are the things that come to your mind first. But the truck also has to be easy to work on with parts available where and when you need them. The headlights on the 4700 are just that. These sealed beam units are available just about anywhere. They're inexpensive, they're bright, and they're easy to replace should you need to. In the truck world, bold, hard edges only mean one thing. You're looking at a Western Star. The 4700 kind of combines the best of a muscle car and a tank all in one. Now let's take a look at this hood angle. What's cool about the 4700 is that hood angle is the same whether it's a setback configuration or a set forward configuration. And this does a couple things. It improves aerodynamics, but it also, more importantly, gives you really good frontal visibility regardless of what chassis configuration you have. Visibility is really critical for vocational applications. The 4700 features one of the largest windshields in the industry, and it's always a two-piece windshield that provides easy service and replaceability should you need to. The 4700 can be selected with either a roped-in or bonded-in windshield depending on your application and your particular needs. Now, we also offer a heated windshield for those municipal plow applications to prevent snow and ice from building up on the windshield. That concludes this portion of the video. Please proceed to the next section for even more information on the Western Star 4700.
Western Star has been building trucks for 50 years. And you know how we build them? Tough. Why? Because we only do tough. We build trucks that are so tough they make shows about, make movies about. Because people want to watch a mean machine rip through the ice-cold tundra, or haul enough trees away to build a log cabin replica of the White House. We started on hard mode from day one back in 1967 in Kelowna, British Columbia. Because if your truck's gonna be tough, it's gotta be built somewhere tougher, like 40 below in the winter kind of tougher. And it was here in 1968 we created our first legend, the 4900. A truck so tough that we're still building it today, just with better, tougher everything. In fact, our trucks proved so tough, they were a hit with the most demanding jobs anywhere. So much so, we had to expand our plant. Luckily, we knew just the trucks to handle it. Then in 1983, we conquered Australia. And to make it in a place with several hundred of the world's deadliest animals, you have to be tough. In 1990, we raised the bar for tough with the XD40 Off-Road, known then as the 6900 XD. Then we got a new place in Portland, Oregon. Because if you live in a place where it rains 475 days a year, you know tough. And you know what you do when it rains every day? You build trucks. And we kept building trucks tough enough to put hair on your chest, like the 4700 in 2011. Then topping it in 2015 with the 5700, the world's first extreme efficiency truck and literal interstellar ass kicker. So here we are, another year older, and celebrating 50 years of legendary awesomeness. What's legendary awesomeness? Glad you asked. Awesome is run-of-the-mill. Legendary awesomeness is awesomeness to the next level. It's awesome that you tell your grandkids about. It's awesome that's awesome enough to get a tattoo of. Awesome is beef jerky. Legendary awesomeness is mammoth jerky, flavored with habanero and just a touch of latte. If legendary awesomeness came in a cologne, it would smell like boot leather, gear oil, and backstage at a Toby Keith concert. If it was an air freshener, it would smell just like your Uncle Kenny. If it was a person, it would be part Elvis, part Andre the Giant, and part your favorite dog. If it was a truck, well, we already got that covered. We're celebrating the last 50 years the right way, our way, by going all in. But not just the last 50. We're celebrating the next 50, the next 100, going all in with a never quit, never settle, never give up attitude. With the toughest, most efficient powertrains, with new engineering, new designs, and new thinking to keep making the best better. So here's to 50 more years of legendary awesomeness. And then some.
A great business is built on a strong foundation. A foundation of collaboration, of partnership, of trust. At Daimler Truck Financial, we worked tirelessly for more than 40 years with you, our customers and dealers, to become a leader in the industry. We're proud of our heritage and our continuing commitment to support and strengthen your business. And we understand the cornerstone of our past and future successes is our people, who know communication and collaboration are the keys to success. We work in a dynamic industry with complex needs. Other lenders may see this complexity as a challenge, but we see it as an opportunity to be innovative in our approach, to find the best finance solutions for our customers. But it's more than just making a deal. It's about providing an exceptional finance experience, standing with them from start to finish, no matter the ups and downs of the industry. From owner-operators to vocational customers, from school districts to fleets small and large, we believe in building lasting relationships. We work with a diverse range of customers. That's why we have specialized, experienced teams, including small business and vocational credit teams, as well as fleet credit and fleet services to take care of the specific needs of our fleet customers. With over 200 experienced commercial finance professionals, our unparalleled customer experience is designed to earn your business and keep the business we earn. From the factory to the dealer lot to customer delivery, we are an extension of your team, an experienced partner providing the support needed to keep businesses growing. From coast to coast, we know the value our industry provides our country. Transporting food and supplies, building new roads, buses packed with precious cargo, and vans filled with important time-sensitive packages. We know this industry, how it works, how things can change, and we always have a plan. That's why customers have been coming to us time and time again. Our legacy of expertise and commitment moves us all forward, building partnerships, growing relationships, fostering collaboration. From coast to coast, this is what we do.
We hear the name Western Star, that means one tough truck. You know, the truck has just got such a bold look. It looks mean, it looks tough, it looks like it's ready to work. The name of our company is Chief Express. We're a general commodity truckload carrier providing excellent service across the U.S. We got our tough back in May of 2016 when we took delivery of our first Western Stars. We liked most about the Western Star, the new 5700, was the style and the performance. It's just the bold look. Don't matter if you're in the trucking business or not. You know, if you see one, it's a double take. The feature and benefits that we like about the Western Star is the balance between power, technology, fuel economy, driver, comfort and enhancements. Drivers, they come because they talk to the other peers and see what our package is and the equipment we provide. And the drivers, they like the look, the feel, the drive, the roominess in the cab, the layout, driver-friendly ergonomics. As I said, it's just a next generation truck. Crook Motor Company is our Western Star dealer. They provide, quality pricing and service. We started with them back in '95, 20 plus years ago, purchasing some of our first used trucks. The virtual technician sends email alerts to anyone in our team and maintenance that needs to be up. It also sends one to the dealer and the service rep. The ultimate goal is to save, downtime. I think it'll be a cost savings and decreased downtime. The term, serious truck, it means built to work, built to last. To put our name on the door of that truck, it just enhances us to get more notability and get people to see that truck, get phone calls. Hey, we like your equipment. We see them in the area. Does this freight work for you? We'd like for you to come meet with us or quote us. So it's just a win-win for our company to be associated with Western Star.
Serious vocational trucks require a tough hood, and I'll tell you, the 4700 has one tough hood. It's made of sprayed up fiberglass, and it features a built-in steel substructure surround in the front of the hood. It does a couple things. It improves rigidity, improves durability of the hood, and it eliminates the need for that torsion bar that normally goes across the lower part of the hood, which would get in the way of a PTO if you were to mount one. There's two basic ways that a hood is mounted to a chassis. Generally, what highway trucks do is they utilize what they call a three-point mounting system. They have a big central hinge in the front of the hood, and then it clamps down to the cab with two massive straps in the back. Now this does a couple things. Number one, the benefits are it provides the hood real good security to the cab, and you can really tighten up those hood gaps. But what it does is gives you a big obstacle to get through with the PTO, so we can't do that with the 4700. What the 4700 does is we utilize what we call a four-point mounting system. These big massive hinges on the outer side that connect to that substructure we talked about, and then on the back side it's clamped down to the cab. What this does is puts the hood mounting basically directly to the chassis. Now you'll generally see a little bit more hood flex when you're driving over undulating terrain, but this is a much more secure way to mount a hood on a vocational truck. The hood on the 4700 integrates these rugged fenders that were designed specifically for vocational applications. They were designed to allow enough clearance for up to a 445 series tire. Now we know you're going to be splashing through some mud and kicking up some rocks, so we want to protect this hood both on the inside and the outside. So we provided a splash shield on the inside of the fender to protect from rocks and debris from damaging the underside of the hood. Now every single 4700 comes with these quarter fenders mounted to the cab that feature a big rubber mud flap. Opening the hood on the 4700 really couldn't be any easier. The 4700 utilizes two spring-assisted gas struts that help push the hood open when you're pulling on it, and they also help prevent the hood from blowing over if you're working on it in a windy condition. We also utilize two massive 1-inch nylon limiting straps to prevent damage from overextension. Clean, fresh air is really the source of power for any engine. The 4700 features this large chrome composite air intake on the left side of the hood. This air intake feeds into a plenum which is molded on the underside of the hood, which provides additional rigidity to the hood. Clean, fresh air flows through the intake plenum, which is molded to the underside of the hood on the 4700. It passes through this hole through a rubber seal that seals to this Donaldson air filter. Now this filter cleans out moisture and debris. It's a large capacity air filter and provides a great service life. Now you guys in the northern states know that snowplows can often operate in some pretty harsh environments. Keeping all that snow and ice and moisture out of the engine is essential for a good quality plow truck. The 4700 has an available option for a driver-controlled snow door, which opens an opening in the lower part of the plenum and allows the engine to breathe good, clean, warmer air from inside the engine compartment rather than that moist air that's outside. Vocational trucks often operate at very low speeds. Sometimes they're even stationary. If you've got an improperly designed cooling system, this could produce problems. The 4700 has ample cooling capacity with a 1500 square inch radiator for the Detroit DD13 engine and a 1300 square inch radiator for the Cummins ISL engine. These cooling packages are engine mounted, and what this means is that we could really tighten up the fan tip to shroud clearance, which really maximizes fan efficiency, producing a better cooling package. The aluminum radiator is mounted to the engine mounts with rubber biscuits and provide good insulation. And by being engine mounted, that does not allow the chassis stresses to get into the cooling package. In keeping with Western Star's heritage for easy maintenance, we located all the fluid level checks to the left side of the vehicle. You could easily check your oil level, you can add oil, you could check your power steering fluid, you could add wiper washer fluid, and you could check your coolant level, all from the left side of the vehicle. Vocational trucks often have equipment mounted to the front of the truck that inhibit the hood from being open for those daily fluid checks. But Western Star thought this out by providing an access hatch on the left side of the hood so you can make those checks without opening the hood and getting in the way of that equipment. Now check this out. This air intake is there for aesthetics and a uniform look, but when you select the access hatch option, this becomes an access hatch that you can open and check the coolant level. We thought of everything. Let's face it, modern trucks have a lot of electronics. You have control modules for the transmissions, ABS, and various other components, and all that information has to feed from the chassis through the firewall into the cab. And the engine compartment could be a pretty harsh environment. Our engineers took special care to make sure that we keep a real clean firewall and place these 72-pin connectors in an easily accessible area if you need to get to them. Maneuverability is another key aspect of a serious vocational truck. The 4700 was designed with up to a 55-degree wheel cut for great maneuverability in those really tight spots. Now, while we're on the subject of steering, the 4700 was designed with a quick-release steering shaft to prevent the steering shaft from moving toward the driver in the event of a front-end collision. Safety first. Closing the hood on the 4700 is a breeze too. The gas struts allow the hood to slowly close into position. The pin and cup system that you see here securely mounts the hood to the firewall. Now this cup is mounted to a massive bracket that distributes the road load throughout the firewall and prevents damage in the long run. So now let's talk a little bit about exhaust. When you're installing equipment on a truck or a truck body, exhaust options are really critical. Sometimes you need a clear back of cab, while other times clear frame space is the most important thing. It really depends on what equipment you're mounting on the truck. Western Star has you covered with the 4700 by offering a couple different options. You can select between a frame rail mounted vertical stack, B-pillar mounted vertical stack like you see here, or a lightweight horizontal exhaust, depending on your application. Your trucks are going to operate equipment that will haul rocks, plow snow, lift wallboard, the list goes on. The point is, all of these applications require a PTO, and Western Star offers several PTOs on the 4700. Starting with the transmission-mounted PTO for the Allison Automatic, Eaton Ultra Shift, and the Eaton Straight Drive transmissions. We also offer a front-engine PTO, and then a rear-engine PTO, like what's pictured here on this Detroit DD13 engine. While others praise their complicated multiplex system, Western Star knows that true work trucks often require modifications or installation of equipment while at the work site. You try that with a multiplex system and you could run into nightmares. That is why Western Star maintains a true point-to-point wiring system along the chassis so that you can cut and tap into this harness as needed to meet your application needs. And you won't have to worry about the horn blowing when you hit the brakes. That concludes this portion of the video. Please proceed to the next section for even more information on the Western Star 4700.
The fact that I have a fleet of 28 Western Stars out here that regardless of weather, they are ready to go, ready to perform, they get the job done and look good doing it is what makes them a badass truck. I am John Walker. I'm Vice President of Walker Sand & Stone. Our company is in the mining business. We mine sand and gravel. With that comes a need for a fleet of trucks for delivery of different aggregate materials.
My name is Bobby Cawthorn. I'm president and owner of B&C Truck Sales. I have sold them every truck they've owned since 1974.
We custom order all of our trucks, and we've always found Western Star to offer the options we want for our business. That 74 is the epitome of a badass truck. And if you don't believe it, just look at pictures of it with the hood over. It's all engine, and it's just awesome looking.
This was the first truck that he had sat down with a person and built it from the ground up, the way he wanted it. The things that make Walker Sand and Stone awesome to me is they are genuine, they are honest, they run the best vehicle that they can buy, and they buy them from me.
What makes Western Star awesome in my mind is just, to me, they're just tough trucks. I definitely see the 4700s helping us get our tough back. For our business, which is sometimes more off-road than it is on-road, they just perform better. In the world I live in, they just have always been what I associate as a good fit for this type of business. I think Western Star, being in business 50 years and being successful as they have been, is probably due to their willingness to make a product that fits each individual customer to his specific needs.
Being in this industry for this long and knowing what a truck goes through, you just don't go to Kresge's or Walmart and buy a dime store truck. You better go get the best to go do the job the best. And that's what I consider serious trucks. They earned it. My name is Denny Olson, and I'm proud to live in Michigan's Great Upper Peninsula. In '73, I started driving a log truck. It was an experience. It was a new challenge. I was blowing black smoke. I was out in the woods. I was running big stuff, working with hydraulics. Man, hey, I like this. I was about 27 years old. I says, you know, if I'm gonna do this, I want my own truck. How was I gonna do that? Because the guy who I was driving his truck, he says, Denny, I will see what I can do about getting you set up to buy the truck. A year later, I bought a new logging truck. But when a phone call came from Green Bay, Wisconsin to the new Western Star dealer, and he says, Denny, he's the one that had sold me the other new truck. He said, Denny, I just got the dealership with Western Star, and I would like to send you up to British Columbia, Canada, to sit down with the engineers and the big people that make things happen at Western Star. The next week I was on my way. I spent 4 days up at the factory, The engineers and the top people at Western Star, they didn't do that much talking. I'll tell you what, they realized that God had given them 2 ears and 1 mouth. They knew how to ask questions, but they listened. And that totally impressed me. It's still fresh in my mind of how I was treated and how they listened to me. And the living proof was February 1st of 1980 when I went back up to the factory and drove the first Michigan-built Western Star log truck from the factory. How the engineers had put air tanks out of the way. They were in the right positions, so we didn't have to move a bunch of stuff. And I told them certain things about in the cab, and they did that. In a few months, this truck will have another birthday and start year number 29. I'm able to go get parts for a 28-year-old log truck at my local Western Star dealer, UP Truck Center here, 3 miles from my house. That's unheard of, but still be able to put this truck and be able to go out and haul wood every day if we had to. Maybe someday, I still ain't ready to cash my tickets in. I would like to go and see a new Western Star made, because I was on the other end 40 years ago to see how the Western Stars were made. It won't be mine, maybe it would be my son's. And I guess that would really be something. That would really make me proud. Western Star is where it's at. If you don't try it, it's your loss. Get her done.
Serious trucks.
What really sets the 4700 apart from the competition is the rugged steel Western Star cab. We put our cabs through a multi-step E-coat and galvannealing process that provides a lifetime of corrosion resistance. A structural adhesive along with spot welds is used on the interior overlapping joints, while an aluminized wax is used on the exterior overlapping joints. You won't find a better built cab. We also offer a severe service cab option, which provides greater durability for those most extreme applications. You're starting to see that there are a number of benefits to buying a Western Star 4700. You want options? We have options. For air horns, we offer round or rectangular to match your choice of style and look. And we didn't forget about the options for bling. We offer standard and optional marker and accent lights. Let's face it, sun visors just look cool, but they also provide shade from the blinding sun. We offer both a stainless steel and body-colored sun visor to give you the traditional styling and the best visibility. We all know that vision is important, but so are options. That's why the 4700 is available with both a door-mounted and cab-mounted mirror option. Both of these mirrors are stainless steel. They are available with a motorized adjustment option as well as a heated option. Your drivers are going to thank you. For tractor applications, you could select a roof-mounted air shield or a full aero fairing to meet the needs of your application. To help provide easy access into the cab utilizing the 3-point entry system, we provide stainless steel grab bars that ensure safety and comfort while getting in and out of the cab. Stability and ride quality are very important aspects on a vocational truck. Every Western Star features a wide cab mounting system on the front of the cab to provide great stability, great comfort, and reduced fatigue for your drivers. Moving out back, the 4700 features this airbag cab suspension system, which provides great support on the cab and comfort over rough conditions. This airbag system features a check valve to keep the system from leaking down when the truck is parked for a long time. Now you'll notice that we don't have a transverse rod. With that wide front cab mount system, we eliminate the need for a transverse rod and leave a lot of room for a PTO and different equipment. Whether you are big or small, you're going to appreciate the generous door opening of the 4700 that provides easy entry into the cab. Now every Western Star features a forged steel automotive style door hinge which provides years and years of rattle-free service. You won't find an ugly piano hinge on the door of a Western Star. You really need to ride in a Western Star to understand how quiet and well insulated the cab really is. Every Western Star features a double insulated door seal that keeps the elements out and keeps the warmth and conversation inside the cab. This seal features this little escape path which allows moisture to get out should it get into the door sill area. It's all in the details. That concludes this portion of the video. Please proceed to the next section for even more information on the Western Star 4700.
The story of Western Star is not a story about us. It's a story about dreamers and about visionaries. It's a story about a small town in Western Canada and the people there who brought it to life. Because if your truck is going to be tough, it has to be built somewhere tougher. It's a story about impossible jobs, impossible conditions, and impossible challenges, and making them all possible. It's a story not always about firsts, but always about bests. About can-doers and craftsmen. About late nights, early mornings, second shifts, and thirds. It's a story about the open road, the golden road, and no road at all. A story of booms and busts, of big collars and big hair, of big moves and even bigger moves. It's the story of family, of being part of something bigger than yourself. The story of Western Star is the story of asphalt, mud, sawdust, oil, rock, concrete, and people made of much tougher stuff. It's the stories of the long haulers and the line workers, of the badasses, the one-of-a-kinds, and the legends, of the yesterdays, todays, and tomorrows, and the truck that's helped them get the job done for half a century. Through 50 years of legendary awesomeness, and the beginning of 50 more.
Hey everyone, it's Andy Johnson, brand manager for Western Star Trucks, back again, and we are done. I know it's taken a while, but all good things do, and I think the results are awesome. Behind me here is the Bandit truck that you guys chose. It started out as a white 5700 XE raised roof on highway truck that we did through a number of different selections that you guys chose. It's got a DD16 engine. Prairie buckskin interior is absolutely gorgeous, but really what tops it off is this Smokey and the Bandit homage paint job that you guys chose. Absolutely gorgeous. If it's from just the gold around the headlights, the grille, the custom fenders that we put on the back of it, the gold pinstriping on that jet black paint coat, which you can get from the factory, is absolutely gorgeous. So take a few minutes, view it in all its glory, and thanks again for helping us make this happen. It's awesome. Truck will be making various appearances around the nation, probably a lot on social media, truck shows and whatnot, and even through next year in 2017. So once again, thanks you guys. It was a great project, had a good time, good job. See ya.
Serious truck is a truck you can go out, not have in the shop all the time because you're having issues with it all the time. That's a serious truck. You need a truck to do the job and be serious about the job to get the job done. Especially for a road commission like us. We are, in the winter time for winter operations, emergency services. Imagine if you got a foot snowstorm and didn't have trucks to plow the road, or the trucks were in the shop broke down. Western Star Trucks, they've been excellent for us. At the Dickinson County Road Commission, we're responsible for all winter maintenance operations as well as summer heavy construction and other maintenance duties. We currently have 11 Western Star trucks in our fleet. They range from year 1995 all the way through 2014. You know, we've had the Western Stars beginning in 95. We ordered the 5 1998s that we had for years. And they've just proven to be such an effective truck, heavy duty, well built, the bodies have integrity. We just are very impressed with the trucks. The one thing that we've noticed with the Western Stars, cab integrity, no cracking, things stay together. We've had issues with some of the other brands. Different engines and different trucks, but they've been good, they're well put together. Wiring harnesses, excellent, no issues, where other trucks do have some issues with the harnesses. Western Star worked directly with us to custom engineer those trucks. And to this day, most of those trucks still have the original placard that say, engineered specifically for the Road Commission by Western Star. And we just think that's a great thing to have on the trucks. It shows how it's an effort between the buyer and the producer of the truck, and it's something to be proud of. And I think it's really nice to have that on the truck. We started purchasing used trucks a few years back, and generally we end up with other brand names because to find a used Western Star truck, we've found, as we've looked, is nearly impossible. To find a used Western Star, they're not out there. They're all in use. Western Star, serious trucks.
Hey Alex, welcome to the Western Star Garage.
Guy, thanks for having me. The garage looks amazing.
Yeah,
it's
thanks.
Awesome.
We have a lot of fun here, and hey, today we're going to learn about the 4700. So tell us about some of the applications and markets where it plays.
Yeah, so Western Star, we designed the 4700 initially to take on the vocational and the municipality segments. Specifically, we came out with the mixer truck, dump truck, snow plow, roll-off, the crane, and the sewer vac. You know, it's been doing just absolutely great in those segments. It's been doing very well. And then shortly after, you know, we kind of found out very quickly that not only does it make an excellent truck, but also a pretty darn good tractor as well.
So you designed a great truck, and in a short time you came out with a tractor application. Why a tractor?
Well, that kind of stemmed from feedback that we got from our construction companies, right? So the construction companies that were using the 4700 as a mixer or as a dump truck, not only do they want those types of heavy-duty truck equipment, but they also needed a tractor to haul, other construction equipment and aggregates and construction material to the job site. So we brought that feedback back to our engineering group and challenged them to turn the initial truck into a tractor. And within a year, we came back out with a set forward and a set back tractor.
Excellent, and I'm glad you did. Any other tractor applications that it plays in?
Yeah, it's actually become a great little tractor. I mean, this thing hauls anything from bulldozers to the mail, right? I mean, it's found a great home in the bulk segment, hauling fuel, hauling dry bulks and other aggregates. It's also been great in, logging applications, food and beverage, the municipalities, the LTLs, even the grocery companies have started catching on to the 4700 tractor because of its great visibility out of the cab. And also it's got a tight turning radius, so it can get in and out of those urban areas really nicely.
Excellent. Anything else you want to say about the truck?
Well, it's kind of funny. The 4700 has become a Swiss Army knife of a truck and a tractor, right? You can get it truck form, tractor form, set back, set forward, front axles up to 23,000 pounds, rear axles into 52,000 pounds. Heck, you can even get this thing in all-wheel drive. So whether you're heavy duty into the vocational or you need a great little efficient tractor that can haul just about anything, the 4700's got you covered.
And I heard it hauls the mail.
Yeah, it definitely can haul the mail, yeah.
That's cool. So tell us about the service network.
Well, as a part of Daimler Trucks North America, we have over 240 service stations or dealerships around the country, US and Canada. And a lot of those are elite certified. Now, what elite certified means is basically if should your truck break down or it needs maintenance, you can rest assured that your truck's gonna make it into the service bays and make it out as quickly as possible.
Anything else you want to say about the 4700?
Here at Western Star, we really, and you know this, we pride ourselves at building custom trucks. So we have a department called the Customer Application Engineering Group. And their primary job is to, one, make sure that the customer order, the spec is correct. And then two, add expertise and maybe, bulk up that truck or lighten that tractor. So every customer that comes in with the order, it's gonna work.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming down.
Thanks.
Yep. That concludes this portion of the video. Please proceed to the next section for even more information on the Western Star 4700.
Introducing the Detroit DT12 transmission. It's an ideal choice for pairing with a Detroit engine and axles. For starters, communication between engine and transmission using a single centralized controller optimizes operations. A Detroit pneumatic shift actuator controls gear changes for rapid shifting and a smoother ride. In top gear, direct drive provides more efficient power and improved fuel economy. Creep mode modulates the clutch for low-speed maneuverability, which is especially helpful at a loading dock. The clutch actuator ensures smooth and consistent engagement and disengagement, extending clutch life. And the single countershaft and lightweight aluminum housing reduce weight up to 300 pounds, increasing fuel economy. And when the truck is coasting, the DT12 saves additional fuel with eCoast, which automatically disengages the transmission. The DT12 is also equipped with intelligent powertrain management. Using preloaded terrain maps, IPM anticipates terrain, adjusts cruise control, pre-selects gears, slows the engine, and utilizes eCoast to improve efficiency into the road ahead. With all of these features in action, the DT12 delivers unparalleled performance. When you demand it all in a transmission, demand Detroit.
The choice for Western Star came about with the major shift for emissions, and the players in the market totally changed over the last 5 to 7 years. We were looking for a 1/10 of a mile per gallon. Quite honestly, to figure out how to do that, we were trying different trailer types, we were trying different tire types, we were trying automatics, transmissions, trying to be consistent across the fleet. So then it was, okay, let's try several different manufacturers, let's try different trucks, and that's how we landed on the Western Star with the DD16 engine. The Detroit engine is just, it's incredible for as far as what we saw for fuel mileage. And when you're pulling 154,000 plus 160,000 pounds, while you're getting 3 miles per gallon, a half a mile is huge. We used to service every 250 hours. As engine manufacturers changed, we went to 500, but we're in a severe duty, dusty, gravel, operation all the time, and they're like, yeah, I don't need to worry about it, so it'll take it.
So when you got that issues with the trucks, do you have problems getting parts at all?
We don't have problems with them breaking down, so yeah, we don't need parts. But the bonuses about the truck, the guys love. They love the roomy cab. They enjoy that. They enjoy the mounted glass in the windshield. They're spending a lot of time in that cab. We want to make sure they're comfortable, and what Western Star has to offer meets that need. We got a Western Star. It's just a good, tough-looking truck when it's coming down the road. People make lots of comments on our trucks and how clean and how great they look. So it's pretty sweet to have. What makes Western Star a serious truck? Everything. Their commitment to making sure that it's right and that it's going to last, and whether you want to call it research and development or practical applications, but it gets there, you know it's going to work. That's what's been probably the biggest thing that's motivated us to continue to buy Western Stars. Western Star, get tough.
Let's talk a minute about chassis. You know what you want, and you know what you need. You need a tough chassis, you need it to be dependable, reliable, day in and day out. The Western Star chassis definitely provides you with that. It's got long service life, serviceability. It's also lightweight so that you can carry more of the load that you work on day in and day out. This chassis is built for your job. Whether you're hauling 60,000 pounds, 80,000 pounds, or even more, the Western Star 4700 offers you single or dual channel frame systems with up to 3.7 million RPMs of strength and flexibility. So this chassis will be able to handle anything that you throw at it. Because you work in the toughest of conditions, the Western Star 4700 utilizes brackets and knock-ons to help hold the electrical and air lines off of and away from the chassis. This allows for any debris and water to flow freely past them and not build up, to not corrode any of your lines for long serviceability and long life. We know how important it is for you to be stable, yet comfortable out there on the job site. That's why at Western Star, we give you the option of multiple rear suspensions and front suspensions from Hendrickson, Airliner, Tough Track, and New Way, with ratings up to 52,000 pounds in the rear and 23 up front. This truck will be able to get you in and out of any situation. Here at Western Star, we don't build cookie cutter trucks. Each and every frame is custom pierced to your specs. We offer you, as standard, huck bolts, or optional grade 8 bolts. These give you easy serviceability in the field and the flexibility to add equipment. Let's talk about steering. Unlike our competitors, Western Star gives you the option of a threaded spring pin. This prevents the front spring from sliding side to side within the shackle and improves steering feel, maneuverability, and roadability. Traction and maneuverability are extremely important on the job site, especially when you have these big 315s up front. That's why at Western Star, we offer you front axles with up to a 55-degree wheel cut and over 17 inches of articulation up and down. Our axles will guarantee that you will have traction, keep your rubber on the road, and be able to get in and out of any tight spaces. When you're rolling down the road loaded to max capacity, we all know it's not about how fast you can go, but how quickly you can stop. With all that weight and all that power, you need a braking system that's as strong as your truck. That's why on the 4700, we offer you drum and disc brakes with the Wabco anti-lock braking system, with or without traction control. This provides you the best stopping power when you need it. Powerful engines require a robust transmission to deliver all that horsepower and torque to the rear ends. That's why at Western Star, we offer Eaton manuals, Ultra Shift Pluses, and Allison automatics. A higher ground clearance package is available on the Western Star 4700 for snowplow applications with a belly plow. This system uses rectangular fuel tanks, a raised after-treatment system, and raised air tanks to provide up to 21 inches of space for the wing plow and belly plow. That concludes this section of the video. Please proceed to the next section to learn more about the Western Star 4700.
Western Star has been building trucks for 50 years. And you know how we build them? Tough. Why? Because we only do tough. We build trucks that are so tough they make shows about, make movies about, because people want to watch a mean machine rip through the ice-cold tundra or haul enough trees away to build a log cabin replica of the White House. We started on hard mode from day one back in 1967 in Kelowna, British Columbia. Because if your truck's gonna be tough, it's gotta be built somewhere tougher, like 40 below in the winter kind of tougher. And it was here in 1968 we created our first legend, the 4900. A truck so tough that we're still building it today, just with better, tougher everything. In fact, our trucks proved so tough, they were a hit with the most demanding jobs anywhere. So much so we had to expand our plant. Luckily, we knew just the trucks to handle it. Then in 1983, we conquered Australia. And to make it in a place with several hundred of the world's deadliest animals, you have to be tough. In 1990, we raised the bar for tough with the XD40 Off-Road, known then as the 6900 XD. Then we got a new place in Portland, Oregon. Because if you live in a place where it rains 475 days a year, you know tough. And you know what you do when it rains every day? You build trucks. And we kept building trucks tough enough to put hair on your chest, like the 4700 in 2011. Then topping it in 2015 with the 5700, the world's first extreme efficiency truck and literal interstellar ass kicker. So here we are, another year older, and celebrating 50 years of legendary awesomeness. What's legendary awesomeness? Glad you asked. Awesome is run-of-the-mill. Legendary awesomeness is awesomeness to the next level. It's awesome that you tell your grandkids about. It's awesome that's awesome enough to get a tattoo of. Awesome is beef jerky. Legendary awesomeness is mammoth jerky, flavored with habanero and just a touch of latte. If legendary awesomeness came in a cologne, it would smell like boot leather, gear oil, and backstage at a Toby Keith concert. If it was an air freshener, it would smell just like your Uncle Kenny. If it was a person, it would be part Elvis, part Andre the Giant, and part your favorite dog. If it was a truck, well, we already got that covered. We're celebrating the last 50 years the right way, our way, by going all in. But not just the last 50. We're celebrating the next 50, the next 100, going all in with a never quit, never settle, never give up attitude. With the toughest, most efficient powertrains, with new engineering, new designs, and new thinking to keep making the best better. So here's to 50 more years of legendary awesomeness. And then some.
When I hear the name Western Star, I think log truck. It was born for this. It's a real tough truck. You can drive it like you stole it. I was Born to be a logger, that's for sure. You know, we love being out in the woods, managing the timber. We're like the stewards of the forest. My grandfather started the company. I'm third generation. He was the first in the area to really push for mechanized logging. Our Western Star, we've had it for about a year and a half now. Compared to other brands, it's just a lot more sturdier. You can just feel it when you're driving it. We're running 600 horse, pulls good, especially we're carrying 164 legally, and it lugs through the hills, through the mud, it pulls nice. The driver likes the big cab, you know, there's no creaks and cracks and rattles in it. Parts availability is good on the Western Star. Our local dealer, UP Truck Center, is great. They keep us rolling. We haven't had a lot of issues. When we do have a little issue or hiccup, they're easy to work with and they're on top of it. You can just tell that engineers and everything, you know, thought about logging and heavy haul when they thought of Western Star. When I think of serious trucks, I think of hard-working Americans. Western Star, get your tough back.
There's nothing worse than a tight space, especially when your job takes you hours on end. That's why we use the tried and true Western Star steel cab. It's one of the most comfortable and spacious cabs in the industry, with even enough space for aftermarket components. We build this truck for our drivers. The 4700 offers some of the best legroom in the industry, with suspended pedals so that nothing can get back there and catch on the pedals and prevent you from braking or accelerating or even clutching when you need to. Talking about clutching, when I'm not using my left foot, there's a nice dead pedal here on the left where I can rest my left foot and not get tired. You can stretch out in this thing all day long and be comfortable in the Western Star 4700. Upfit, upfit, upfit. That's what the bodybuilders kept telling us when we were developing the 4700. Our engineering team came up with 3 good solutions to help them with upfit. Number 1, they developed a bodybuilder raceway that runs down the left side, the driver's side of the cab. That allows for easy access to bundles of wiring and air harnesses to run them through the cab and to the back. Number 2 is an access hatch at the bottom of the cab that allows you to run electrical and air down and out where you need to. Number 3 is a dedicated power distribution module. So now you can run all your electrical through this dedicated power distribution module for all your accessories. We've thought of just about everything here at Western Star, even the floor mats. They're well padded for great insulation, which keeps the cab quiet and comfortable. And they're also extremely easy to clean. That's how we do things right at Western Star. The 4700 offers you a rugged yet elegant steering wheel that can be optioned in composite, wood grain, or even leather wrapped. It also has an easy tilt and telescope function, which gives you great feel and great fit for just about anybody. You have easy access and great views of your gauges and the outside of the cab. This helps you keep your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. When you're behind the wheel of a Western Star 4700, you'll know that you're driving a serious truck. And if you don't like where any of these gauges are located, simply pop it out and relocate it. The system automatically recognizes where it's at. There's no additional wiring required. We know that you're not coming home from a manicure when you're driving this truck. You likely have snow or mud on your gloves. That's why Western Star puts marine-grade switches in all of our trucks. These can be easily handled with or without gloves on and can take a beating. The B panel to the right-hand side of the steering wheel is where all your switches, your factory-installed switches, will go. These include your headlights, your engine brake, and even your differential locks. This is where you'll also find your parking brakes and your trailer brakes. And when you spec out the Western Star Data Star, it'll go right here on the B panel. If you do spec out an Allison Automatic or an Eaton Ultra Shift Plus, you can also put the selectors right here, all within fingertip reach. We know that technology changes very fast, And that's why we offer the optional RAM mount mounted on top of the dash, so that you can pick and choose your favorite nav system and mount it right here on the dash with an easy view. Also, you can remove that navigation system so that there's no concerns of theft. We offer many options for stereos and CB radios. And if you don't option a CB radio or a stereo, they can come pre-wired so that you can option in or put in whatever you like after the fact. You'll also notice that up here are your controls for your automatic windows and the mic for your Bluetooth stereo. As a driver, you spend a lot of time in the seat. This is one area where you don't want to skimp on quality or comfort. That's why at Western Star we offer you many seating options. You can choose from durable Mordora or Cordura seats, or you can spec them out in vinyl or ultra leather in single and double tone colors. Now don't forget about your co-pilot seat. You can spec that in a simple jump seat, even a dual bench, or you can spec it up to match your driver's seat in vinyl or even ultra leather. You need to be able to defrost your windshields quickly. That's why on the Western Star 4700, we've placed window defrosters both vertically and forward-facing to help you do just that. Unlike some of our competitors, Western Star mounts the HVAC blower motor inside of the cab. It's located right here in the passenger footwell, inside of the cab and away from the elements. Unfortunately, fuses do fail. It's better than the alternative. And that's why here at Western Star, we've placed the fuse panel within easy access back behind the dashboard. You take 4 screws off of this panel and you can replace your fuses right from the passenger seat. That way you're not out in the rain, outside on your back, trying to change out fuses. And when you're all done, you can put your fuses and your tools in this glove box and be back on your way. There's nothing worse for a bodybuilder, or even you for that matter, than to try and figure out how you're gonna run wiring and air hoses and other connections from the dash and the controls up front through the cab and back out into the body. That's why for the 4700, we've designed this bodybuilder raceway located right here on the driver's side floor. This way you can cleanly run all your airlines, all your electrical, and any other connections you may have through the cab, down the floor, and out into the body. To avoid drilling holes through the cab of the 4700, we've already pre-cut an access panel right underneath this power distribution module here on the bottom of the floor. That allows you to easily tap and install all your power lines and your hoses, whatever you may need, right through the floor. That concludes this section of the video. Please proceed to the next section to learn more about the Western Star 4700.
The fact that I have a fleet of 28 Western Stars out here that regardless of weather, they are ready to go, ready to perform, they get the job done and look good doing it is what makes them a badass truck. I am John Walker. I'm Vice President of Walker Sand and Stone. Our company is in the mining business. We mine sand and gravel. With that comes a need for a fleet of trucks for delivery of different aggregate materials.
My name is Bobby Cawthorn. I'm president and owner of B&C Truck Sales. I have sold them every truck they've owned since 1974.
We custom order all of our trucks, and we've always found Western Star to offer the options we want for our business. That 74 is the epitome of a badass truck. And if you don't believe it, just look at pictures of it with the hood over. It's all engine, and it's just awesome looking.
This was the first truck that he had sat down with a person and built it from the ground up, the way he wanted it. The things that make Walker Sand and Stone awesome to me is they are genuine, they are honest, they run the best vehicle that they can buy, and they buy them from me.
What makes Western Star awesome in my mind is just, to me, they're just tough trucks. I definitely see the 4700s helping us get our tough back. For our business, which is sometimes more off-road than it is on-road, they just perform better. In the world I live in, they're just have always been what I associate as a good fit for this type of business. I think Western Star being in business 50 years and being successful as they have been is probably due to their willingness to make a product that fits each individual customer to his specific needs.
The story of Western Star is not a story about us. It's a story about dreamers and about visionaries. It's a story about a small town in Western Canada and the people there who brought it to life. Because if your truck is going to be tough, it has to be built somewhere tougher. It's a story about impossible jobs, impossible conditions, and impossible challenges, and making them all possible. It's a story not always about firsts, but always about bests. About can-doers and craftsmen. About late nights, early mornings, second shifts, and thirds. It's a story about the open road, the golden road, and no road at all. A story of booms and busts, of big collars and big hair, of big moves and even bigger moves. It's the story of family, of being part of something bigger than yourself, The story of Western Star is the story of asphalt, mud, sawdust, oil, rock, concrete, and people made of much tougher stuff. It's the stories of the long haulers and the line workers, of the badasses, the one-of-a-kinds, and the legends, of the yesterdays, todays, and tomorrows, and the truck that's helped them get the job done for half a century. Through 50 years of legendary awesomeness, and the beginning of 50 more.
What a serious truck means to me is something I can get out of bed in the morning, go to work in these conditions that we're working in, and not have to go home and work on it at night. If I don't have to work on the truck every night, I got more time to spend watching my kids play sports. My company name is R&W Matthias. We haul forest products, pulpwood, veneers, saw logs, bird's eye, bolts, softwood pulpwood, hardwood pulpwood, anything that our jobbers cut, we haul. Where they go to cut the wood is where we have to go to haul it. Right now we're running 4 trucks and then my son has 1. What I like best about the Western Stars is they're really easy to work on. There's a lot of space between the cabs and the transmission. Like if you have to pull a transmission, we just pull one fuel tank and you can walk right into it, unbolt everything, get at it real easy. They've been bulletproof for us and they have plenty of power when we're coming in out of these rough country. You know, they got enough power that they can lug down and pick right back up and keep right on going. The cabs, there's a lot of room in there. You know, like my wife and daughter, my youngest daughter ride with me. So I got the big bench seat in the passenger side. The cab is air ride and all the suspension other than the front axle is air ride. So I got a 3/4 ton pickup and this log truck actually rides smoother than the 3/4 ton pickup. When I hear Western Star, they're a well-built, tough truck. They're made for these conditions. Western Star, serious trucks.
You know that picking the right truck for your job is a critical business decision that leads to success. Not only do you need a tough and dependable truck on the job site, but you also need great resale value when the job gets done. That's why Western Stars enjoy some of the best resale value in the industry. Not only will it make you money while it's working, but after when you're ready to sell it. A great truck and a great brand means nothing when you can't get it serviced. That's why Western Star is supported by great technicians and one of the largest parts and distribution networks across North America. When you need service or a part, we got you covered. A great truck and a great value. What more could you need? Well, we understand that lowering your cost per mile helps your profitability. And that's why the Western Star 4700 was designed to lower your cost of ownership. It's easy to see why the 4700 has become the fastest growing truck in vocational and bulk haul segments. It's truly a Western Star, tough and versatile. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the Western Star 4700. Now it's time for you to get your tough back.
Western Star has been building trucks for 50 years. And you know how we build them? Tough. Why? Because we only do tough. We build trucks that are so tough they make shows about, make movies about. Because people want to watch a mean machine rip through the ice-cold tundra, or haul enough trees away to build a log cabin replica of the White House. We started on hard mode from day one back in 1967 in Kelowna, British Columbia. Because if your truck's gonna be tough, it's gotta be built somewhere tougher, like 40 below in the winter kind of tougher. And it was here in 1968 we created our first legend, the 4900. A truck so tough that we're still building it today, just with better, tougher everything. In fact, our trucks proved so tough, they were a hit with the most demanding jobs anywhere. So much so we had to expand our plant. Luckily, we knew just the trucks to handle it. Then in 1983, we conquered Australia. And to make it in a place with several hundred of the world's deadliest animals, you have to be tough. In 1990, we raised the bar for tough with the XD40 Off-Road, known then as the 6900 XD. Then we got a new place in Portland, Oregon. Because if you live in a place where it rains 475 days a year, you know tough. And you know what you do when it rains every day? You build trucks. And we kept building trucks tough enough to put hair on your chest, like the 4700 in 2011. Then topping it in 2015 with the 5700, the world's first extreme efficiency truck, and literal interstellar ass kicker. So here we are, another year older, and celebrating 50 years of legendary awesomeness. What's legendary awesomeness? Glad you asked. Awesome is run-of-the-mill. Legendary awesomeness is awesomeness to the next level. It's awesome that you tell your grandkids about. It's awesome that's awesome enough to get a tattoo of. Awesome is beef jerky. Legendary awesomeness is mammoth jerky, flavored with habanero and just a touch of latte. If legendary awesomeness came in a cologne, it would smell like boot leather, gear oil, and backstage at a Toby Keith concert. If it was an air freshener, it would smell just like your Uncle Kenny. If it was a person, it would be part Elvis, part Andre the Giant, and part your favorite dog. If it was a truck, well, we already got that covered. We're celebrating the last 50 years the right way, our way, by going all in. But not just the last 50. We're celebrating the next 50, the next 100, going all in with a never quit, never settle, never give up attitude. With the toughest, most efficient powertrains, with new engineering, new designs, and new thinking to keep making the best better. So here's to 50 more years of legendary awesomeness. And then some.